Quilter's newsletter, Machine Quilting Tips and Techniques, is brought to you by Bernina, made to create, and Benartex, fabric for quilters by quilters.
Hi, this is Connie Fanders with the Quilters newsletter, Machine Quilting Tips and Techniques with Bernina. And today we're going to be talking about machine quilting. And when you machine quilt, you have a choice of either doing free motion quilting, where your feed dogs are lowered, or you can do quilting with your feed dogs raised when you are wanting to do straight line quilting or channel quilting. So that's what we're talking about today, is using the Bernina dual feed in your straight line machine quilting. So when you have a quilt project where you have your quilt blocks and you want to simply stitch down the blocks to secure the blocks before you do more machine quilting, you want to do something to keep your layers from shifting. And so you will want to use either the walking foot or the Bernina dual feed to keep everything moving evenly. Now the Bernina dual feed is built right into our machines. And to engage the dual feed, we simply pull back on this lever and our dual feed is engaged. Now to be able to use this dual feed, we do need to have a special presser foot that is on the machine. So let's take a look at the dual feed feet that are available for the Bernina sewing machine. There are several different feet that we have available. We have the Patchwork Foot, we have the Clear Foot, and we have an edge stitch foot, just to name a few of the feet available. But what is different about these feet are if I turn the feet over, you can see on the back we have a cutout here. And this cutout part of the foot is what the dual feed that I just engaged rest in between. Here is a regular presser foot, and you see there is no cutout. So on this foot, if I had it on my sewing machine, I would not be able to engage the dual feed. So for the technique that I'm showing today, I want to just do stitching right in the ditch of my seams. So I am going to use my edge stitch foot. So then I can use this guide to stitch right down that seam, and I will sew perfectly straight. So let me get my machine set up and ready for machine quilting with the Bernina dual feed. So to do this, we are going to first attach the presser foot to the machine, and then I'm going to engage the Bernina dual feed. And that's all there is to it. It's quick and easy. Going to bring my quilt to the machine. And I just have the machine set on a straight stitch, and it is in the center needle position. So all I'm going to do, as I said, is guide this guide right down the seam allowance, and with the use of the dual feed, all of my layers are going to be fed very even, so I will not have any puckers or tucks in my quilted piece when I'm finished. When you get to the end, you can select the thread cutter because it will knot my thread. It raises my presser foot, and it is completed. And you can see how that stitch will just disappear into that seam allowance by using the guide on the edge stitch foot. So thank you for joining us today as you learned a little bit more about the Bernina dual feed. And join us for more episodes on machine quilting tips and techniques.
Quilter's newsletter, Machine Quilting Tips and Techniques, is brought to you by Bernina, made to create, and Benartex, Fabric for Quilters by Quilters.